afternoon and welcome to Blue Water Stadium in Napier for Week 10 action in the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership. It is a resurgent Hawke's Bay United hosting the ladder leaders along with Team Wellington, Auckland City FC, the defending champions from season 2019-2020. I'm Brenton Van Nistelrooy. I will have the call for you this afternoon on what's a cloudy day in Hawke's Bay. Yes, took out the mini golf earlier today as well over Chris Newbold, our producer and director here, and Brendan, one of the cameras this afternoon, and hoping for another fantastic game of football like we had yesterday, Damon Sound and Wellington. Hawke's Bay United, an unchanged 11 from that side, which beat Hamilton Wanderers in Hamilton 4-1. And we also see the return of Gavin Hoy, the Canadian, on the bench, an influential player for Hawke's Bay United in recent seasons. A welcome return, but no co-captain Fergus Neal. He remains out with a calf strain. Coach Jose Figueira has made a few changes to the Auckland City lineup. There's Cam Howson, the captain, waiting to bring his side out onto the park. In come Mario Illich, Andrew Blake and Dre Vollenhoven. And out go Jordan Vale, Albert Riera and Dylan Manicum. Vale and Riera to the bench. Dylan Manicum is out through injury. But Figueira, for the first time, able to call on Kane Vincent, the one-time All Whites, having returned from Thailand, formerly of Waitakere United, had a long career in Southeast Asia, and will add some firepower up front for Auckland City, who always have plenty of talent to call on off their bench. The officials, Calvin Berg, referee, his assistants, Gareth Sheehan and Edward Cook, and Trent Pedley is the fourth official this afternoon. Auckland City, top of the table with Team Wellington, as I mentioned, an opportunity for them to go 3 points clear before they face Team Wellington at Kiwitea next Sunday. They have 5 wins, 2 draws and 2 defeats from their first 9 games. While Hawke's Bay United, after losing their opening 5 games, have won 3 of their last 4, the other one being a draw. So 10 points from their last 4 matches to surge into top 4 contention. Following Waitakere United's surprise victory over Team Wellington in the capital yesterday, they have surged up a couple of places. So Hawke's Bay United actually enter the game in 7th place, but a win this afternoon, and they could rise to 3rd potentially, depending on the outcome of today's other results, above Suburbs, Wanderers, Waitakere and Canterbury United. Saw a sighting there of the Frenchman, who is influential in yesterday or last week's 4-1 victory, Hugo Delhomel, who will operate in the centre of the park for Hawke's Bay United. Another new addition for Hawke's Bay is Manny Akol as well, the South Sudan international. And 2 new pickups after they lost their talisman. Jesse Randall had scored all their goals before Christmas, off to college in the US. There are our officials. Calvin Berg, the referee, centre left. He's about to introduce the 2 captains, Cam Howson and Jim Hoyle. So Jim Hoyle has won the toss. And looks like they'll be operating from left to right, Hawke's Bay United in their familiar black strip. Auckland City in their change strip today, predominantly white with blue. And while not the warmest of afternoons, still quite humid in Hawke's Bay. A nice breeze coming across the ground here at Blue Water Stadium, which will be welcomed by all those involved. Yeah, the 2 sides, I think, again, at change sides. So, in fact, the Hawke's Bay United playing from your right to left as you see it for the first 45. The visitors, Auckland City, to play from left to right. So, Chris Greatholder and Bill Robertson, the co-coaches for Hawke's Bay United, rewarding those who performed so well up in Hamilton last week. And they will be the same 11 which starts here against Auckland City. 3 changes for Jose Figueira and his side, which drew 1-1 with Eastern Suburbs after own goal late in the piece. So Auckland City to get us underway. Logan Rogerson, a bit of a false start. Was George Akers early. And now we'll start a second time. Auckland City with first use of possession. Mario Illich back in the team for Auckland City. Back to Mitchell. Right hand side, right back Andrew Blake in for Jordan Vale this week. Caltech, Vanuatu skipper. Rogers to Caltech. Hawke's Bay United, who have scored 10 goals in that 4-game run, the unbeaten run they've put together, 3 wins and a draw, conceded just 4 in their last 5. So it's been a great turnaround by Hawke's Bay United. They're pretty unlucky 0-5 start. They were in a lot of those games, but now right in semi-final contention. A big game for them and a big game for Auckland City at the top of the table, if they had to give themselves a bit of breathing space ahead of their nearest challengers, Team Wellington. So Auckland City keeping on a possession for the opening minute of play. Hawke's Bay United yet to get a touch. Blake hugging the touchline, forced there by Jackson Woods. Nice little turn just on the far touchline, near touchline, excuse me. Al-Khaeesi is the first free kick of the afternoon. Caltech back to Blake on this near side. Looks long for the first time. Robertson will win those every time. Commanding presence in the air, the co-coach for Hawke's Bay United. It goes all the way back to Cam Brown, the young Auckland City goalkeeper. That pass of Caltech's picked out by Hawke's Bay United, so now they have an opportunity to try and string a few passes together. Mandir is dispossessed, and now Auckland City look to break forward. Opportunity here for Rogerson. He slides it through to Awad, but Awad just slips outside, offside. Official quick there, put the flag up. But dangerous signs there for Hawke's Bay United as Rogerson was given a bit of space and time to pick up the pass to Awad, who just broke early with his run. Early touch for Jim Hoyle. Captain's armband this afternoon for Hawke's Bay United to Robertson. Dangerous ball back to Hoyle. It clears first time. Over halfway. Now all the way back. Mitchell and Blake deep in Auckland City's half. Hawke's Bay are coming with a bit of a half press. Once Auckland City come towards halfway, they really cut down the space. Nice little run this for Vollenhoven. Now Rogerson bringing Blake, marauding down that right flank. Will he get the shot away? Or will he slip the pass? Held up, so he slips it away to Awad. Now back to Al-Khaeesi. Mitchell. Awad. Dribbling. Finds Rogerson. Rogerson back to goal. Spins out play to the far side. Where Rogers is. Now Howison. His pass is half cut out and then picked up by Delhamel, the French holding midfielder for the hosts, Hawke's Bay United. Great pickup for Hawke's Bay in the transfer window. Settled in seamlessly to the Hawke's Bay United side. All given up though by the hosts. Auckland City look to spring forward. Blake, just on halfway. Illich turns and opens up the play to the far side to Caltech. Common sight to centre backs with plenty of space. Just when it gets into this half, Hawke's Bay United try and cut down the areas. Now Blake finds a bit of a way through. Fires off his unfavoured left foot. Can't get the contact to challenge Scott Morris goal. Collects that comfortably. But Morris there just going right through the heart of Hawke's Bay United's midfield. That won't please great holder and Robertson. Hawke's Bay United's co-coaches as Delhamel receives deep inside the Hawke's Bay territory. His pass is cut out easily by Awad, looking for Akers. And Auckland City go back to work. Illich, crossfield ball to that far side. Run peeled off there. Oh, now Rogers in the play to Al-Khaeesi. All the way back to Mitchell. Caltech. 5 minutes gone by here at Blue Water Stadium, and it's been all Auckland City so far. Hawke's Bay United happy to sit inside their half and try and make it difficult for Auckland City to break through. Al-Hamel. Tight areas on that far side. Hawke's Bay can't string passes together. Auckland City able to interrupt, come up with possession once more. Al-Khaeesi willing to come deep to receive possession, but then his pass is well cut out. Now Hawke's Bay United look to spring forward, trying to find George Akers, who scored a double last week. This time will he turn, provide, looks to the back post, looking for the run of Ahmed Othman. And well dealt with in the end of that back post by Auckland City. There's a dangerous move by Hawke's Bay United. And that was a very important header by Alfie Rogers. And he left back for Auckland City. Hawke's Bay United unable to capitalise from the set piece down deep inside Auckland City's territory, but they win possession back. Goes all the way back to their number one, Scott Morris. Al-Hamel always willing to receive the ball at his feet. Pickering comes out wide to this near side. He finds Akers. Akers rather fortunate to keep hold of possession there as it rebounds off an Auckland City leg. But the Auckland City do hold Akers up now, trying to string a through ball through to Pickering. Pickering with the cross, but there's no Hawke's Bay United player there to challenge the Auckland City defenders. Blake, a difficult area of the pitch, but he finds Mitchell, and who looks long for Awad. Awad, a nice little turn, and then slip ball still in play. The assistant referee said no, that did not cross the ball. Whole ball did not cross the sideline. Now Vollenhoven. Awad, from left to right it goes. Challenge there by Jackson Woods is judged to be a foul on Muhammad Awad. He seems to be in a bit of pain. That challenge from Hawke's Bay United wing-back. And we'll see this here. The whole ball didn't seem to cross the line. Al-Hamel thought it had. He gave up on it, but play whistled on by the assistant referee and referee Calvin Berg. And Awad, as he looked to beat Jackson Woods, just lured Woods in, earning a free kick to be taken by Al-Khaeesi. In fact, it's taken by Howison, and Caltech flashes one wide. In fact, Robertson did enough there on the Vanuatu skipper to take it out for a corner. Also in the area was Caden Aikens, who made himself a nuisance. Good work by the Hawke's Bay United defenders to deny Caltech. Howison and Khaeesi. This time it is Khaeesi who takes. This goes to the near post though. And Vollenhoven wasn't able to get on the end of that for Auckland City, and Hawke's Bay United clear. All the way back to Auckland City's young goalkeeper, Cam Brown. Two promising young keepers in action today, and Cam Brown, 21-year-old, Scott Morris, just 19. Back heel from Pickering, trying to find Mandir. Auckland City, though, first to the loose ball. And Cam Brown clears towards halfway. Rogerson on the ends of it. Can he link up with Vollenhoven? He can. Who tries to leave it, I think, for Rogerson. Rogerson wasn't able to get on the end of that one. And Mandir now picks up the loose ball for Hawke's Bay. A Cole now. He's getting a few touches in the game now, the South Sudan international. A Cole looking out to that far side where Othman is operating. Now to Mandir. Still Mandir. And still could be an action here as keeper Brown tries to clear. Half does it. Auckland City with it, still on the edge of the area. Now Alfie Rogers will look to maraud down that far touch line. Now Rogerson, who's got plenty of pace as well, looks to take on Atkins. Goes round Atkins, and Atkins with a big challenge and earns a goal kick. Terrific challenge from the right side of centre back, Caden Atkins. Needed to be made as Rogerson took him on. And Atkinson with a sliding effort. And knocked that off Rogerson for a goal kick as Auckland City went from one end of the pitch to the other. You can see a replay here. Auckland City cleared, and then Rogerson, first round a Cole, and then taking on Atkins. And Atkins did well to come back at Rogerson and knock it off the Auckland City forward for a goal kick. Hawke's Bay United clearing over halfway, but then the second ball comes back to Robertson and all the way back to keeper Morris. Co-captain Jim Hoyle. Now the co-captain Fergus Neal out again with a calf strain after not taking part in that 4-1 win over Hamilton Wanderers last week. It's an unchanged 11 if you have just joined us here at Blue Water Stadium for Chris Greatholder and Bill Robertson. Hawke's Bay United, same 11 that was so good against Hamilton Wanderers last week. 2 goals to George Akers, and also Hoyle and Othman find the back of the net. It was their 3rd win in 4, draw being the other one in that. Consider that we're here just before, in the last week before the Christmas break, and they were 0-5, turned it round with that 2-0 win over Waitaka United to start this resurgent run they are on, and put them right in semi-final contention in what is a very congested league in the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership for season 2020-21. Depending on the outcome of today's other matches, they could rise as high as 3rd place, which would be quite incredible given they were winless through 5 rounds and pointless through 5 rounds. And to be 5 rounds later in 3rd place would be quite some turnaround for the hosts. Auckland City will look to deny them, and they do have a very good record against Hawke's Bay United. 39 meetings between the two over the history for some 15 years, and Auckland City have won 29 of those 39 meetings. 7 draws and only 3 wins for Hawke's Bay, and Auckland City have won the last 8 of those meetings. Hawke's Bay United's last win over Auckland City coming some 4 seasons ago. The form the hosts are in, certainly they will believe in what is a very tightly contested league this season, as we saw just yesterday. In bottom of the table, Waitaka took down the ladder leaders, Team Wellington. Nice little turn in midfield by Al-Khaeesi, looking to spring his captain Howison as his jersey tug. Referee waves play on. Advantage now, Awad cutting in on that left foot. Will look to cross to the back post. Strong header from Rogerson. Well kept out, low to his right by Scott Morris. Is it a comfortable saving height? Still had to get down to it. Pretty much right at him from Rogerson as he rose at that back post. Morris right to his opposite in Brown. And Auckland City look to build from the back once more. Auckland City, who in recent times have run away with the minor premiership title. Certainly not having it all their way this season. Level on points at the moment with Team Wellington, who they will host next week after Team Wellington fell to their first defeat of the campaign. If you missed that action yesterday, make sure you go on the Sky Sport Next YouTube page and check that one out. 7-goal thriller going the way of the visitors, Waitakere United, who picked up just their second 3 points of the season to keep themselves right in the hunt for a top 4 finish. Blake. Al-Khaeesi. Blake once more. Awad, who wrong foots Hoyle, and now Vollenhoven, who's switched from the left flank to the right flank for a moment as they overload on that side. Good covering tackle though made, as it was tracking back the left wing back Jackson Woods to deny Al-Khaeesi. There'll be two men, I think, to stand over this one again from the corner. Howison and Khaeesi. Auckland City's right-hand corner, near side as we see it. Howison, well, this time take, left-footed, in swinger. Keeper Morris does well at the back post, is coming in to try and meet it was Adam Mitchell, big centre back. Morris got a glove to it, tipped it over. Will be another corner kick just from the other side. Yeah, Morris is waiting. Mitchell was waiting if Morris couldn't execute there, but the young keeper did his job. Now Howison and Al-Khaeesi make the long trek from one side to the other. Well, it is a cloudy afternoon here in Napier. Still rather warm. And it looks like the players don't want to use any of that energy early doors here. Comes free at the top for Illich. He's quickly cut down though by a Cole. Now Blake. Illich tries a 1-2 with Blake. Comes down this right hand flank. First time ball. Cut up by Hoyle. Then Woods. Auckland City though still with it inside Hawke's Bay United territory. Captain Howison. Tries to do it 1-2 with Awad, who slightly misread it. Managed to keep hold of possession though. Al-Khaeesi does well to ride a challenge as well from Otman. Now Howison. Vollenhoven. Still with it. Back to goal. Tries to slide it through ball to Blake. Blake keeps possession. Now he tries to return the favour, this time to Rogerson. And aware to it was Robertson with a sliding effort to block that one. Much needed. Otherwise, Morris would have been tested in the Hawke's Bay United goal. But Auckland City, visitors well and truly dominating possession here. But haven't really tested Scott Morris too many times, really at all, in the Hawke's Bay goal. Despite that possession dominance and being camped in Auckland City's half for long periods. Hosts now trying to string a few passes together. Cole comes back to his centre back Robertson to fetch possession. Plays onto with Atkins. Now dribbles around Howison. And Cole earns a free kick. I think Howison was the judge to have tugged the jersey of the South Sudan international. Had a couple of games in the African Nations Cup. Mania Cole last year. It's great to see a player playing football in New Zealand, getting to represent his country of heritage. Looks like Al-Khaeesi having represented Iraq at under 23 level. Auckland City side as Hoyle looks long for Akers, but Caltech does well. Wins the race there and just nods it nonchalantly back to his keeper and Brown, and then releases Caltech. Auckland City will more often than not look to play up from the back. Hawke's Bay maybe a bit more direct in how they look to operate. They're certainly comfortable with passing through sides as well, but the way this is unfolding with 20 minutes gone here at Blue Water Stadium is that Hawke's Bay will more often than not look to play on the counter with Auckland City dominating possession. Robertson, vastly experienced at this level. This time Hoyle with a slightly wayward ball, and Auckland City look to pounce. Howson trying to feed it through to Al-Khaeesi. Too much on it, and well read by Morris in the Hawke's Bay United box. His throw is slightly wayward though. Now Auckland City poor numbers forward once more. Blake switching play out to the other side. Now Al-Khaeesi, bit of space in the box. Back to Vollenhoven, who tries to measure one and curl one into that far post inside it. But it doesn't curl back, it just stays left. And so opportunity missed for Auckland City to get a shot on goal. And you see stabbed at it there, Vollenhoven, looking to really just guide it into that far post, but wasn't to be. Remains 0-0 here at Blue Water Stadium. Two games, or one game remaining after this. Week 10 of the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership. And then just 4 rounds to come before we find out our semi-finalists. And really right now, it is very open. Certainly Auckland City and Team Wellington, the favourites to make the top 4 and those top 2 spots, but then certainly the 3rd and 4th places are really any of the teams remaining in the league, such as the competitiveness this season and just the 8-team competition. Illich, Vollenhoven, Awad, out to Rogerson, who's peeled out to the near side. Go all the way back to Blake. Rogerson stays wide. Someone else will have to try and fill his space. Howison, who had made the run out of midfield, now making his way back as Auckland City failed to make inroads through the middle of the pitch. Delamel, Frenchman, harassed by Howison, finds Hoyle. All Hoyle can do is knock it over for an Auckland City throw-in inside Hawke's Bay United's half. Awad, switch the play out to the far side. Brings in Alfie Rogers, who goes back to Caltech. Caltech will look to try and thread a ball through midfield, but well cut out by Delhamel. Slightly wayward ball to a Cole, but a Cole with those long limbs of his chases that one down. Now Othman tries to dribble through a couple of Auckland City players, successful with the first, but not the second. Now Vollenhoven. And he tries to release Rogerson, but Rogerson had made the run a bit earlier. And frustrated he didn't receive the ball just half a second earlier. Vollenhoven just held it up. That replay, maybe not 100% sure that was a borderline call from the assistant referee. But Rogerson certainly wanted the ball earlier. Felt he had the run on Atkins down the Auckland City left channel there. Auckland City back with it. Illich. Blake cuts back inside, as he's done many times. This is a familiar little run right through the middle of the park. Beats Woods, but he can't beat Robertson. A slightly wayward touch, and he knows it. Disappointed with himself, but given straight back to Auckland City. Alfie Rogers trying to thread it through for Awad at the back post, but the keeper, Morris, does just enough to put out Awad. Put off the right winger. Yeah, given away there by Delamel. Rogers threaded it through, and then Awad just put off enough by the keeper. Again, Auckland City showing what they're capable of. Able to quickly break forward. This time was their left wing and left back, Rogers, looking to turn provider. Del Hamel turned into trouble, didn't he? Kept hold of possession, found a Cole. Applause you see there from Auckland City bench. Jose Figueira alongside White's legend, Ivan Visilic. Long time, of course, Auckland City player as well. As the Auckland City bench, mostly in the figure of Kane Vincent. One time all white, back in the country playing his football now for Auckland City. One of their January signings in the transfer window, having a long career in Southeast Asia, most recently in Thailand, which is where he made his appearance for the All Whites against Thailand a few years back. It's good to see those players returning to the league. And no doubt will be a good dose of experience for Jose Figueira to call on over the closing weeks of this season. As Rogerson has 3 Hawke's Bay United players around him. He can't find a way through it. Cole comes up with it. Pickering now. Back to Robertson. Robertson to Atkins. And that far side, Akers, who comes back the centre forward to offer himself an opportunity to bring his teammates into play. Now Cole, he tried to feed that through the legs of Blake or switch it to back to that near side. A teammate has made a run, unable to do so. Now Auckland City breaking forward. Rogerson, can he get a shot away? Comes out onto his right-hand side. He's shepherded away by Hoyle. Now Awad inside the area, looking near post. I think Robertson got a touch to it, and he'll be out for a corner kick. I think Morris had that covered in the Hawke's Bay United goal as well. Danger signs for Hawke's Bay United. Yes, it was Robertson. Got that big left foot on that. Knocked it out for a corner kick. So 17 odd minutes remaining in the first 45 here at Blue Water Stadium. Still looking for that first breakthrough. It'll be again Al-Khaeesi and Howson stand over. Khaleesi takes. First ball, Vollenhoven, and then Mitchell at the back post. Couldn't get a shot on target. You see a replay here. Vollenhoven with the first header. Second coming from Mitchell. But just enough work there done by Captain Hoyle for Hawke's Bay United to put off his opposition centre-back. And Mitchell couldn't get the shot on target. Of course, it was Mitchell was the unfortunate goal scorer for Eastern Suburbs last week, an own goal late in that game, which denied them a couple more points after Dylan Manicum had scored the opener for Auckland City, ending in a 1-1 draw. No Manicum this afternoon for Jose Figueira, out with injury. Of course, decorated futsal player is Dylan Manicum, excuse me. Blake has also been one of the top goal scorers for Auckland City this season. Manicum, 4 goals, along with Logan Rogerson, their top goal scorer. Awad and Howson with a couple each, 2. Jesse Randall still the top goal scorer for Hawke's Bay United, but he no longer is with the side as Rogerson in the area. Will shoot back post, and it goes across goal. There'll be another corner though, says referee Calvin Berg. Rogerson unleashes the shot, and it must have just got a touch off Bill Robertson again. As the big centre-back came across goal to try and block the shot of Rogerson, knowing the threat he holds. Centre forward for Auckland City. Al-Khaeesi and Howison, right and left-footed options. Howison is a few feet away if they want to take the short corner. But Khaleesi looks like he'll take right-footed. Going to the back post this time. Mitchell rises. This time over for a goal kick. Again, the Hawke's Bay United players doing just enough to make it difficult for Mitchell. Didn't let him get a free header. Had both Atkins and Hoyle there alongside Mitchell. But he's certainly the target on these set pieces for Auckland City. There's no doubt about that when it comes to corners. Get their big centre back in on the action. He's had a couple now. Not hit the target. Auckland City back with it. Howison, captain, coming back to collect it. Now Mitchell looking route one, finding Rogerson. He's in the area. Got Awad for company if he wants to use him. Goes to the back post this time, and beautifully done by Vollenhoven. Well picked out by Rogerson, who saw the run coming from his left wing of Vollenhoven. And Vollenhoven finds the back of the net. And it's Auckland City who score first here at Blue Water Stadium. 1-0 the visitors lead. As we see here, Rogerson, ball from Mitchell, took his time, got to the byline, waited for Vollenhoven to arrive and picked him out brilliantly. He had a few options there. Awad was in the box. Cam Howison was making a run into the area as well. But he saw the late arriving Vollenhoven. And it's the youngster who brings Auckland City the lead. The 31st minute here at Blue Water Stadium. So Hawke's Bay United have work to do if they continue this unbeaten run, which is at 4 games, 3 wins and a draw. They continue their resurgence up the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership. Well, here's an opportunity as the keeper comes and misses. Then Caltech with the jersey pull in the box, and that's a penalty. And that could be a card. Is it going to be just a yellow? Yeah, just a yellow, says referee Calvin Berg to Brian Caltech. There's a blunder from Cam Brown, the Auckland City keeper. Came to claim it, missed it. As we see a replay here, it was Mandir. It's a breakdown in communication between Caltech and Brown. And then Mandir in the area, pulled back by Caltech. Well, that's clear as day. So, opportunity for Hawke's Bay within seconds to level the score. As Brian Caltech is yellow carded for pulling the shirt. Potentially could have been a red. There was no keeper in the goal. Through was Mandir. It'll be Hugo Delhomel, the Frenchman. He's been playing recently in the US, the lower leagues over in the States. And here's the opportunity to level the scores. Delhomel against Brown. Just waiting for referee Calvin Berg to put his card away. He is. Delhomel. Oh, well done by the keeper, Cam Brown, excuse me. He picked right, guessed right, went down low to his left, and a strong save. Delhomel looked a bit of a stutter step to try and put off the keeper, but Brown had that breakdown in communication with Caltech, which led to the penalty, makes amends brilliantly with a great penalty save. So it remains 1-0. Delhomel now standing over the corner. Corner is short. Doesn't beat the man at the near post. Hawke's Bay United still with it. Throw in now to Othman. So it was a big moment. 34th minute penalty. Akers now in the box. Opportunity now for a Cole. Still a chance for Mandir, but now cleared by Auckland City, and there's 2-on-2 here as Hawke's Bay United desperately get back. Rogerson still with it. The ball at his feet. He's now into the area. Tries to cut it back to, again, Vollenhoven. And it's going to be a free kick against Auckland City. May have even been offside there, was it? As Rogerson tried to feed Vollenhoven. Not quite sure what that was for. Quickly taken by Hawke's Bay United. As after that defensive stand, Auckland City look to break. Rogerson carrying the ball for some 30-40 metres and finally tried to find a teammate, but was well dealt with by Hawke's Bay United, who then rewarded a free kick. Akers, who hasn't had too much service as the front man for Hawke's Bay United, so he's coming deeper to try and get a touch. And his passes awry. Now Hawke's Bay United win it back through Delamel. Now Cole, now Akers, but his pass to him is a bit too much on it. Mitchell beats one. Now coming forward, marauding forward is the centre-back Mitchell. Now Rogerson, provider of the first goal for Auckland City. This time his ball is not on target. Much the relief for Hawke's Bay United. And Woods a relieving run down the near side. Akers. He switches play brilliantly to Othman. Othman tries to find a Cole, but cut out by Vollenhoven. Al-Khaeesi. Blake. Cutting in. A number of runs off that near touchline has Blake right through the middle of Hawke's Bay United, not on this occasion. And this time, assistant referee flag goes up for offside against Rogerson. Just creeping offside on that far end of the pitch, grandstand side here at Blue Water Stadium. Hawke's Bay look long. Auckland City win the first time ball though. Blake, Awad, Vollenhoven. Dispossessed strongly by Robertson. Akers does well, finds Mandir. Mandir has fouled, I think. A couple of jersey pulls, I think, referee Calvin Berg could have pulled up. I think he got the first. I think it was on Akers. See a replay. That strong challenge from Robertson. Akers, yeah, jersey tug there from Mitchell, trying to stop the run from Akers. Well picked up by referee Calvin Berg, and then I think Mandir may have also been fouled. Berg certainly saw the first of the referee. Delhamel again standing over the set piece. Last delivery was short of the target. Unable to beat the first man. Better delivery with free kick this time. In swinging in a dangerous area. Keeper Cam Brown comes out strong. And what was it? Difficult place to deny Hawke's Bay United, but well done by Brown. And now Auckland City back down the other end of the park. Blake. Al-Khaeesi. Awad with a bit of space. He might pull the trigger here. Awad try and bend it in the area. And full stretch is Scott Morris. He's not too happy with his players in front of him. As why was Awad given so much space there? As you see on replay here, Awad given so much time to try and size that one up. And he was trying to pick out the top corner. Now Al-Khaeesi, look, he might pull the trigger. Now it's Awad. He tries to return it to Howison, who breaks from midfield. Just evades Cam Howison, the Auckland City captain. But they're back with it, the visitors. Looking to score another before half-time and go to half-time, 2 goals to the good. Rogerson looked for the overlapping run of Rogers. Didn't get into him first time, but does second time. Now the goal scorer, Vollenhoven. His touch lets him down. But Auckland City still have possession. Blake. Illich. Caltech. Go all the way back to Mitchell inside Auckland City territory. They've had plenty of time, the two centre backs. Hawke's Bay haven't pressed too high. Mostly happy with Auckland City's two centre backs playing with the ball inside their half. Going with a more of a soft press, and then as soon as Illich or the midfielders get the ball, that certainly press hard as Dalhamel there tries to do on Al-Khaeesi. He could feel the pressure coming. Back to Illich now. Al-Khaeesi. Dalhamel finds Rogerson coming on that left-hand side. Aikens goes to ground early and isn't punished by Rogerson. Managed to get the ball cleanly, but then loses possession. Peels for Auckland City. Shot comes in. Deflection. And we're still no referee's whistle. I thought might have had a referee's whistle. Now it comes after the collision with Mandir and also Blake. Hawke's Bay United win a relieving free kick. Here's the first great tackle by Caden Atkins. But then Rogerson does very well to win the ball back. He goes to ground. Nothing given by the referee. Awad then slightly mishit by Vollenhoven. And blocked by Hawke's Bay United. Snuff out that opportunity. Nice little turn and pass from Othman. But then his next effort leaves a bit to be desired. And Auckland City are back with it. Only a few minutes remaining now in the first 45 here at Blue Water Stadium. 31st minute goal to Dre Vollenhoven. The difference between the two sides. But Hawke's Bay United did have a big opportunity in the 34th minute. The Frenchman Hugo Delamel from the penalty spot, but well saved by Cam Brown, Auckland City goalkeeper, after it was his breakdown of communication with the centre-back, Brian Caltech, which led to the penalty. So Auckland City may be a bit fortunate to still be level pegging, but in saying that, they have created a lot more of the goal-scoring opportunities than their visitors, or than the hosts rather, the visitors have. Free kick here though for Hawke's Bay United. Delamel. To stand over. Delivering this one. And this one again doesn't beat the first man. Disappointing set piece that time. Blake, who I think was the man at the near post, who came up with the first block. Howison. Back to Mitchell. Caltech. From right to left they go. Alfie Rogers now springing forward down that far side. Trying to link up with Vollenhoven, who is well met as soon as he gets possession. Hawke's Bay United awake to him, especially after he scored the opening goal of this contest. Brown coming well out of his area. Mitchell finds Caltech, already looking downfield. The Vanuatu skipper. And City happy to play it amongst their defenders. Midfielders coming back to offer their feet, and now they spring forward just like that. Al-Khaeesi springs forward. Awad comes onto his left foot once more. Turn from Howison, who had time to turn and try and pick up the pass to Awad, but I think a very important intervention there. I think it was by Hoyle. And now Hawke's Bay United an opportunity to counter. But Mandir is held up well by Auckland City's defenders. They now able to get numbers in behind the ball. All the way back to Dalhamel. Atkins will look forward to the run of Mandir, bursting forward out of midfield. That 10 roll wasn't quite able to get on the end of it, and well read by Brown. 1 minute of added time from the fourth official, Trent Pedley, which is the usual standard, unless there's anything out of the ordinary. So 50 seconds now of referee's time. So these ties to change the situation. Otherwise, Auckland City will be going in to the Shears with a half-time lead. Alfie Rogers a bit frustrated there at opportunities, but here he is now, the Englishman springing forward, looking for, well, he was, I think, got the wires crossed with Vollenhoven. He was expecting Vollenhoven more through the centre. Vollenhoven made the near post run in the end. He had two Auckland City's players make the near post run, and the ball was delivered into the middle of the area. And it came to nothing for Auckland City, but it was a dangerous run by Alfie Rogers. And Calvin Berg says, that's it. That's half-time here at Blue Water Stadium. Auckland City, the reigning champions, a 1-0 advantage over the resurgent Hawke's Bay United. Dre Vollenhoven, the 31st minute, his goal, the difference between the two sides. As Cam Howson comes over to have a chat with referee Calvin Berg and his officials Gareth Sheehan and Edward Cook. Trent Pedley, the fourth official. Not quite sure what that's about with Cam Howson. He should go in the happier of the two captains, no doubt, with that 1-goal advantage here. As we see an opportunity, Rogerson, it was a great lung-bursting run by the centre forward and well picked out. A late movement by Vollenhoven arriving at the back post and celebrating in the style, Vollenhoven with Al-Khaeesi. And this is the big moment for Hawke's Bay United. A breakdown between Brown and Caltech. A clear tug on the shorts from Caltech led to a penalty. Also a yellow card for the big centre-back. But well kept out by Brown. Full stretch down to his left. Strong left hand to deny the Frenchman and to maintain the Auckland City lead, which they had earned just moments ago. So half-time here at Blue Water Stadium. It's Auckland City 1, leading Hawke's Bay United 0. Welcome back to Blue Water Stadium in Napier, half-time in round 10 action in the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership, and it is the visitors, the defending champions Auckland City, who are leading Hawke's Bay United 1-0. Well taken goal by Dre Vollenhoven coming in the 31st minute. The difference between the two sides as Auckland City in the white make their way back out onto the pitch. They'll be playing from right to left in the second half as you see it, as the substitutes complete their warm-ups at the half-time break. And this is the moment that separates the two sides. Great run by Rogerson, got to the byline and then picked out the run of Vollenhoven, who then celebrated with Al-Khaeesi with a little jig on the 6-yard box of Scott Morris, the Hawke's Bay United goalkeeper. And then Hawke's Bay, just moments later, a chance to answer straight back. And Brian Caltech, we thought, considered himself quite lucky to only be yellow carded for that. And Del Mel, the Frenchman, though, couldn't equalise from the spot. And we actually saw another shot that showed there was an Auckland City player back as the last man. So that's why it was only a yellow to the Auckland City centre-back rather than a red. As you can see here, the absolute breakdown in communication, and back there was Mitchell there from the other shot, as you can see. Well picked out there by our director, Chris Newbold. And that's why it was just the yellow card, if some may have been wondering, as we did initially in commentary. As Hawke's Bay United now make their way back onto beautiful service here at Blue Water Stadium. Always a picture. And it's brightened up somewhat. Still quite cloudy here in Napier, but no longer really the threat of rain we thought about an hour before kickoff, which hasn't eventuated. Hot, but not too hot here in Napier as it can be in the sunny Hawke's Bay. As Cam Howson again, the Auckland City captain, exchanging some words with Calvin Berg. Quite sure what that was about. They were deep in conversation at the end of that first half as well. So Hawke's Bay United playing from left to right as we see it. And will get us underway in the second half. Trailing 1-0. All as well with Calvin Berg and his assistants in the fourth official. And we are underway, second half. Hawke's Bay United with first use of the ball. Quick look suggests no half-time substitutes for either visitors with Auckland City and Jose Figueira, or Chris Greatholder and Bill Robertson for Hawke's Bay United. But we will let you know if there are any changes to the 2-11s. But a quick glance, no changes made as of yet. Auckland City able to call on experience, Mario Billen, Albert Riera. You can't get two more experienced, decorated players at this level than those two. As Auckland City opportunity here as Mitchell breaking forward into the area. Strong tackle coming in. Referee Berg says that was all ball and had to be made, as Mitchell with a lung-bursting run forward from centre-back. Howison. Good tackle on a Cole. Holding up play for Auckland City. Couple of turns, eventually finds Blake. That far touchline. Awad. Howison wins the ball back from a Cole. And a Cole wins the ball back for Hawke's Bay United. Finds Akers, who brings in Mandir, who then falls over the ball. Blake. Howison, plenty of time in midfield to turn, and then a nice little Cruyff turn to follow as well. Out that far side to Awad. Awad cutting back as he likes to do on that left foot. Tries a 1-2 with Vollenhoven. Still with it, Awad. Now tries to find Rogers. Rogers on the edge of the area. Howison There's a couple of Hawke's Bay United players for company, so plays it back now at the feet of Illich. Will have a go from range. Sails wide past the left-hand post. Oh, Scott Morris in the Hawke's Bay United goal. Never really threatening the goal. As his eyes lit up there for the holding midfielder for Auckland City. All coming from that moment when Mandir lost possession. Then Illich, given space, dared to take the shot. He took it, but unable to test Scott Morris in the Hawke's Bay United goal. But as was the case in the first 45, it has been the visitors, Auckland City, who have created more goal-scoring opportunities, dominated possession for large periods, either with patient build-ups like this one, or breaking quickly when they've managed to grab possession back from Hawke's Bay United. But this time they're a bit sloppy inside their half. Othman, Dalhamel, Mandir, Othman, now Woods, left-footed cross, can't beat Illich, who's coming in and covering a Cole. Al-Khaeesi allowed to turn in midfield. Springing forward is Howison. As Vollenhoven as a willing runner on his left. Will now find him. Vollenhoven will try and cut back on that right foot. Well dealt with by Dalhamel, though. The holding midfielder for Hawke's Bay United doing his job to snuff out that opportunity for the visitors. Now a Cole. He gets those long legs going down that far side. Well dealt with by Al-Khaeesi. Cole wins it straight back, but he's got Blake for company as well. And he can't win the free kick. Referee Berg says, no foul, get up please. And Robertson, though, strong as always, wins it back, but then is judged to have fouled Muhammad Awad. I think there might have been a hand there on the shoulder from Bill Robertson, but overly physical with Awad. Blake wasn't scared of cutting back inside and coming in field. Blake, and now making a run down that far side, finding Awad. We'll try and slip it through for Rogerson. Rogerson to the byline. Can he cut it back to that far post? Comes a late arriving run of Alfie Rogers, but Hawke's Bay United able to get a boot to it first. Well picked out again, though, by Logan Rogerson. Waiting for that late round now. George Akers down the other end. Akers looking to slip it through for Mandir. Not enough on it, though. And then the clearance from Brown is slightly wayward. Looks to maybe have come off the arm of Al-Khaeesi. Referee says no, play on. Caltech will reset for Auckland City. 5 minutes flown by in the second half here at Blue Water Stadium. Auckland City looking to go 3 points clear at the top of the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership with 4 rounds remaining. Of course, Team Wellington, their co-ladder leaders, lost 4-3, an absolute thriller to Waitakere United at David Farrington Park yesterday. Two sides, Team Wellington and Auckland City, will meet at Kiwitea Street next Sunday. Already looking forward to that one. Whereas Hawke's Bay United, if they can somehow come back and win this one, chance to rise to 4th place on the ladder ahead of the final game of the round between Eastern Suburbs and the Phoenix Reserves. Canterbury United with a late equaliser in the earlier game this afternoon to draw with Hamilton Wanderers. But Hawke's Bay United can actually go level on points with currently 3rd place Hamilton Wanderers with a win this afternoon. Plenty of work to do, though, against the defending champions Auckland City. As Othman comes in field, beats Al-Khaeesi, but then can't find a Cole. Al-Khaeesi looks to find Rogerson, who is fouled, says referee Berg. Helped to his feet by Ugo Dalhamel. Didn't look to be too much in it. Holding his back was Rogerson. Not sure if there was that much contact there. The referee saw it differently. Atkins very strong coming across. Goal scorer Vollenhoven. Too much, so says the referee. So it'll be another free kick, and Auckland City marching forward. Yeah, might have not just used his body, used a bit of arm as well there. Atkins, says the referee. So in a dangerous position, an advanced position for Auckland City to deliver a free kick. A set piece specialist standing over this one, and Al-Khaeesi and Howison. Right foot of Al-Khaeesi. Wants to whip in an in-swinger, or the left-footed possible out-swing or floated effort of Cam Howison. An option 2, number 7 and captain for Auckland City. Players all bunched at the back post, as you can see there. There'll no doubt be some movement. And they rush to the middle of the goal, where the familiar figure of Bill Robertson is first to meet at the Hawke's Bay United co-coach and centre-back. So commanding in the air. Wins so much ball. Those aerial duels. Auckland City, though, still deep inside Hawke's Bay United territory. Blake is fouled as he looked to burst forward with a quick 1-2 with Logan Rogerson. So another free kick just on the edge of the area. This on the far side here at Blue Water Stadium, the grandstand side of the pitch here at Park Island. You can see the hockey turf in the distance on the other side. Great sporting complex here. This time, maybe might see a change of taker, but still Howison and Khaeesi. Al-Khaeesi standing over. Two-man wall with Valhamel and Jackson Woods. Mandir, the spearman, at the top of the box in case they go for a variation. This time it's whipped in to that near post, but again very well read by Bill Robertson. He saw the run of Logan Rogerson, beat him to it. Another corner kick, another set piece for the visitors. Looking to build on this first half lead. See a bit of movement in front of the Hawke's Bay United dugout as that first corner kick of the second half comes to nothing. They will try again. You see that one well dealt with by keeper Morris. It is near post, was wise to it this time. Caltech winning the aerial duel, but wasn't able to get a firm contact on the header. Well picked up, comfortably picked up by Morris in the Hawke's Bay United goal, as they now look to get some numbers forward. Del Hamel, though, can't find Woods down that left flank, and out Al-Khaeesi launches the counter for Auckland City. Rogerson just holds it up, though, as Hawke's Bay United get numbers in behind the ball. Now Blake coming in again off that place, position it right back, spreads it to the left-hand side for Awad is now. Vollenhoven to Awad. Back to Illich. Vollenhoven now through the middle, tries to find Al-Khaeesi with a clever little back heel. Not enough on it though, well read by Hoyle, the Hawke's Bay United captain. And Bill Robertson first to the loose ball and cleared towards the far touchline by Cam Brown. It goes out for a Auckland City throw-in. So the visitors remain deep inside the host territory here at Blue Water Stadium in Napier. Awad back to goal. Wasn't able to thread the ball through, but kept hold of possession. Now Othman taking on Alfie Rogers. Rogers gets support from Illich, who comes up with possession. Now Vollenhoven threads it through to Rogers in the box. Cutting it back is Rogers. The man there is Rogerson, but guess who snuffs out Rogerson? It's Bill Robertson once more. And there's a beautiful ball set up by Rogers to Rogerson, but it's Robertson who throws himself at it to block the shot. It's another corner kick for Auckland City. Dominant spell here for the defending champions, flexing their muscle as they've well and truly set up camp inside Hawke's Bay United's half. Can they turn the spell of dominance into a second goal? Howison somehow is just allowed to bounce inside the Hawke's Bay United 6-yard box. It's eventually cleared. And Hawke's Bay United now with a relieving throw-in on halfway. Just inside the Hawke's Bay United half, says referee Calvin Berg. As we might see the first substitution. In fact, we might see substitutions for both sides. Auckland City first up. And it'll be Jordan Vale making his way on for the left back, Alfie Rogers. And it looks like Vale will take up that position at left back. Started at right back last week, Jordan Vale, replaced by Andrew Blake today. And Hawke's Bay United also making their first change, Zach Madsen, to make his way on for Manny Akol. He gets a nice warm round of applause here by the fans at Blue Water Stadium. So Madsen, 19, a striker, a positive move by co-coach's great holder and Robertson. Bringing on a striker for the midfielder. As now Akers will have a bit more company up front. He had those runs by Mandir playing off him. There's a lovely turn in midfield by Al-Khaeesi as he finds the run of Vollenhoven. Vollenhoven with Atkins had a few battles with the right-sided centre-back from Hawke's Bay United in the 60 minutes so far here at Blue Water Stadium. Atkins needs to be aware to the run of Awad and is. It's going to be a corner kick, another corner kick for Auckland City. That might be near double digits now for corners for the visitors, especially in the last 10 minutes, where Hawke's Bay United have really struggled to string a pass together inside Auckland City's half. So on a short corner, delivered by Howison and thundered past Scott Morris by Brian Caltech. And the pressure tells Auckland City have their second. Caltech rising unopposed. And there was nothing Morris could do in the Hawke's Bay United goal. Auckland City 2, Hawke's Bay United 0. As we see a replay of this one, Al-Khaeesi going short, the left footer, Howison, the outswinging effort and rising high. It's unfair to say an unopposed header because was Bill Robertson there and also Caden Atkins as well, but just strong was Caltech. And he has Auckland City's second. And it's 2-0 now. So Caltech, who was yellow carded in the first half, gave away a penalty. Hawke's Bay United couldn't convert. And now he has a goal to his name. The Vanuatu skipper, Brian And Caden Atkins, the two Hawke's Bay United defenders who were trying to deal with him. Great ball as well by Howson, the Auckland City captain. Al-Khaeesi attempts to turn in midfield, is deemed to have been fouled by Ugo Delhamel. There's Illich, tried to find Al-Khaeesi, and as he turned, judged to have been impeded by the Frenchman, says referee Berg. So another set piece free kick for Auckland City inside Hawke's Bay United's half. I think you could count on one hand how many touches Hawke's Bay has had inside Auckland City's half in this second 45 so far. Is springing forward House, and he turns provider this time. First time effort, no, but second time effort, no as well, says the assistant referee. Great double save by Scott Morris on Logan Rogerson as Howison sprung forward, found Rogerson at the back post, and somehow Morris has managed to deny him not once, but twice, the young Hawke's Bay United keeper. Well, we might see more of this as Hawke's Bay United look to put numbers forward. Howison there springing out of midfield, one-on-one with the keeper. Great foot save, and then off the head, I think it was, from Morris. And then I think our angle shows it didn't go over the goal line as well. So great work by Morris. Second, perhaps a bit inadvertently. A double save by the keeper to deny Logan Rogerson. After great setup by Howison, who sprung out of midfield, cut it back to Rogerson, who was unmarked, but he couldn't beat the young keeper. Howison again trying to turn provider here. Awad with a bit of space on the edge of the area. Back to Howison. Howison has Othman for company. Now to that new man in a Vale operating that left back role now. Bale forward into the area. Can Awad find him? No. Free kick given up on the edge of the area. And this is in a dangerous position. More central this time. A chance maybe for Auckland City to have an attempt on goal rather than a cross. You can see it was on Al-Khaeesi. Foul coming from Bill Robertson as he looked to deny the Auckland City playmaker. So it'll be Al-Khaeesi and Howison standing over this. Logan Rogerson comes to have a word with Al-Khaeesi and Howison about what they're going to do. Maybe suggesting I could have a go perhaps. And Rogerson now makes way. Looks like it will be Al-Khaeesi to take. And straight into the wall now, Rogerson. Well, after the rebound, his shot. And then the whistle was blown by Berg. And one of the Auckland City players had crept offside. Picked up by one of the assistant referees on the far side. So, a let off for Hawke's Bay United. And they can finally get some possession, which they've had very little of in the first 21 minutes of the second 45 here at Blue Water Stadium. Delhamel finds Newman and Madsen, bit of space now to Delhamel to wrap his left foot around that one, but it's straight at keeper Cam Brown, and gets his first touch of note in the second half. As a foul fortuitous to Delhamel, and only one thing really on his mind, the Frenchman, and that was to pull the trigger. Got a good contact, but nothing that was going to worry Brown in the Auckland City goal. Delhamel almost turned into trouble, got out of it, finds Pickering. Pickering can't find a through ball though to Mandir, and Auckland City once more. Well, that little spell in the last minute had doubled Hawke's Bay United's passes inside the Auckland City half, and now looks like normal service is resuming here as Illich marches forward. Awad tries to slip it through to Rogerson, appeals for handball, Flicks it to the far post. There's no one there for Auckland City. Thank you very much, says Caden Atkins. He's able to get a couple of touches on it. And now Hawke's Bay United look to spring forward. Good ball to George Akers on the edge of the area. Can he get a shot away? Akers welcoming a couple of teammates forward. Now unleashes on the left. Well blocked by Auckland City, and a lovely turn by Howison. And he earns a free kick just on the edge of the area. Great composure by the Auckland City captain. First with the turn to avoid a defender, and then just welcoming in the challenge. As we have a chance to pause momentarily as Auckland City take their time over the set piece. Deep inside their half, rather than the multitude of free kicks and corners they've had inside Hawke's Bay United territory so far in the second 45. Awad now with it. He's got a bit of space to run. Left foot shot straight at keeper Morris, who obviously gets straight back to it as Hawke's Bay United try and find a way back into this contest. Mandia avoids a couple of defenders. Back to Pickering. All the way back to Atkins. Robertson, co-coach, calls for it. Now out to Jim Hoyle. A bit of space down that left-hand side to rampage forward, but no end product. Unable to link up with either Woods or Mandia, who had made runs down that far side. Hawke's Bay United now with a throw and a chance to maybe string a few passes together inside Auckland City's half. Mandia brings forward Pickering. Pickering steers it forward to Akers. Akers in the box. Can he slide it past the keeper? Well, he does, but he misses the target. George Akers just wide of the left-hand post of Cam Brown's goal. And something out of nothing. Pickering to Akers. Akers first time. Akers couldn't find the target. Had to be first time as well as Cam Brown came out. They managed to slip it by him, but not into the back of the goal. It remains Auckland City 2, Hawke's Bay United 0. But a chance, a rare opportunity for Hawke's Bay United, showing what they are capable of. Not much has gone their way, but when they have been in Auckland City's half, they have managed a few shots. 3 that I can count. This time given away by Morris. Opportunity here for Rogerson. Rogerson will look to turn provider. This time he goes for the shot himself. Kept out by Morris. Strong hands at his near post. There's Rogerson, who set up the first. This time look to find his first goal of the afternoon. Auckland City's leading goal scorer, along with the absent Dylan Manicum. 4 apiece they have. Of course, one of the positions Auckland City have had to fill this year with no Maya Bevan, prolific goal scorer for Auckland City last season. And it's been, those duties have been shared as Akers springs forward once more. This time looking to bring Madsen in, but Madsen had just crept offside. Needed that ball, I think, to be played earlier. Madsen just past the last man, Brian Caltech of Auckland City. As Akers has come into the game a bit more since he's had Madsen for company up front. Madsen, the second half replacement for a Cole. As Al-Khaeesi to Awad. Just in the edge of the area, tries to tee it up for the goal scorer, but well read by Othman, who gets a nice cushion header back to his keeper, Scott Morris. Del Hamel, a slightly wayward ball, but Mandia does well to win the first challenge, but can't win the second off Howison. So Auckland City now back with it on the edge of the Hawke's Bay United area. Awad now in the box. He unleashes the left-footed shot again. Well kept out by Morris and then cleared for a corner by Caden Atkins. As Morris tries to inspire his side, keeping them in the game, the young keeper. It was pretty much straight at him, but he still had to be strong. Keep that one out, and was. Of course, there's a great mentor with Jonathan Gould, the goalkeeping coach here at Hawke's Bay United. Formerly, of course, Wellington Phoenix after a decorated playing career in Scotland. Here's Howison, left-footed corner. Short corner again, which led to their second goal this time. Wasn't really able to get that left foot around it for a great delivery to bring in one of his second backs, centre backs rather, and Mitchell or Caltech. A couple of the Hawke's Bay United players getting ready. Might see a substitute shortly. Looks like Gavin Hoy, the influential forward for Hawke's Bay United, back from injury. Absent last week with an ankle injury in that 4-1 win over Hamilton Wanderers. Hoy will be making his way onto the pitch shortly for the hosts. They desperately look for a way back into this contest. As Atkins, who had Rogerson on his back, was aware of that, got rid of it, but only as far as Rogerson back with it. Rogerson tries to wrap that right foot around it, find and steer it into that goal at the back post. Couldn't quite get his foot around it though, and it sails wide. There's now the substitution. In fact, Auckland City's going to make the first substitution right now, and making way will be a goal scorer. First goal scorer for Auckland City, Trey Vollenhoven. Scored in the 31st minute. He will make way, and a welcome return to National League action for one-time All-White Kane Vincent. Long career in Southeast Asia, Kane Vincent. One-time Waitakere United player. Now making his Auckland City debut, and it's Karan Mandia who has made way for Chris Greatholder and Bill Robertson's Hawke's Bay United, and replaced, as I mentioned, by Gavin Hoy. So looks like a relatively straight swap in that number 10 role that Gavin Hoy will fill, replacing Karan Mandia. As straight into the action as Vincent tries to find Awad, but cut out by Robertson. It'll be yet another corner kick for the visitors, as there's less than 15 minutes remaining now of the 90. And stoppage time after that. Time running out for Hawke's Bay United. And Auckland City will desperately want to add a third here, try and put this result out of doubt. As Al-Khaeesi this time with the right-footed short corner coming in. They've tried that number of times, the short corner between the two. Howison and then Al-Khaeesi interchanging, depending on what side of the field they are bringing the corner kicks in with. Favouring those out-swinging corner kicks that delivered right onto the head of their centre-backs, which Howison did to great effect in the 61st minute to lead to Brian Caltech's goal, where he rose high over Bill Robertson and Caden Atkins to double Auckland City's lead. As Awad has been very influential. It had a few shots saved by Scott Morris. As now Howson thinks about unleashing the shot, then dribbles forward. Play waved on. Awad lifts it over. Morris. Play waved on by referee Calvin Berg, and Auckland City pounce. Howson, who thought about the shot, then slips it through to Muhammad Awad, and Awad lifts it over Scott Morris as Morris went to ground. And Auckland City do have their third. A lovely little touch with the left foot from Muhammad Awad, as he sprung through a couple of tiring Auckland City, Hawke's Bay United defenders, and Auckland City 3, Hawke's Bay United 0. It is now Muhammad Awad scoring in the 77th minute. And now really it's a mountain to climb for Hawke's Bay United if they get anything out of this and to continue their unbeaten run. Won 3 of their last 4 games, have Hawke's Bay United, to get themselves right back into semi-final contention. Yeah, other game was a draw as well, so unbeaten in 4 games. That was after starting the season with 5 straight defeats. So it's been quite a turnaround by Greatholder and Robertson's side. But this afternoon, a bit of a wake-up call here as Auckland City have been pretty dominant. Kane Vincent is strong in the area with Bill Robertson for company. Awad now to Rogerson, and Rogerson just flashes one wide at the near post. Hands on head from Auckland City's top goal scorer, wondering how he has not hit the target there. As Awad puts it on a plate for Rogerson, and Rogerson just dragged it wide of the post as a third change is made by Hawke's Bay United. As Jackson Woods has been replaced by Cameron Emerson, number 15. He played, I saw on screen, replacing Jackson Woods, the left wing back for Hawke's Bay United. Emerson straight into work for Hawke's Bay United on that far side, looking to bring in another substitute, Madsen. Madsen returning the favour to Emerson. Emerson will go first time. Cross, and almost had too much time to weigh up the cross there. Size it up and didn't execute, unfortunately, for Emerson. Auckland City forced to still defend inside their territory as Emerson catches an arm there, I think, or Blake, accidentally. And Auckland City now make their third choice, third change as well. As it is Mario Billen on for Adam Mitchell. So the vast experienced Croatian, Mario Billen, 36 years of age, replacing Adam Mitchell. So a straight swap at the back for Auckland City. Might mean that Caltech now operates as the right-sided centre-back and Billen as the left-sided centre-back, where Caltech was playing. Mitchell had filled that right-sided centre-back role. Hawke's Bay United trying to find an opening here to give them a glimmer of hope to get something out of this contest. Pickering bringing play to this near side where Othman is. Now Akers brings in Pickering. Pickering back to Othman, who will try and take on one of the substitutes in Vale, and then some help arrives in the form of Cam Howson, and he comes up with a loose ball and now springs another of the substitutes, Kane Vincent, forward. He brings in Rogerson. Now Al-Khaeesi out to the far side to Blake. Blake given plenty of space. He's going to get on the edge of the area. Chance to really look at his options. Finds Rogerson, who's shepherded away from goal by Robertson. Howison. Vale. Back to Howison. Howison has Hoy for company. Rides the challenge of Hoy, and happy just to play towards the corner. They got 3 goals. I don't think that went out. Now it certainly has gone out, and it will be a goal kick. As Howison is staying on the ground. I don't know if he's suffering with cramp or what, the Auckland City captain, but he's yet to get back to his feet. But Hawke's Bay United will look to pounce. Strong challenge coming in there. Tracking back was Vincent. That'll be a free kick. Hawke's Bay United take it quickly. Hoy. Othman. Madsen at the byline, but has Mario Billen on him. Billen holds him off and then brings in Vale. Rogerson coming all the way back to give an option for his defenders. Given away by Billen to Hoy. And then players held up just as Hawke's Bay United look to attack, and I think it's because Howison is down, is it? Yeah, Hawke's Bay United players not happy as to why play was broken up. I only assume it was halted because of Howison, who's actually going to get some attention now. Referee Calvin Berg waving on the Auckland City physio. Been a frustrating afternoon for the hosts here, Hawke's Bay United, who have run into a commanding Auckland City side. We've looked to make a point here against the resurgent side from the Bay. As Del Hamel trying to make his point to referee Berg, and Berg not having any of it, waving away the Frenchman, who hasn't stopped his protestations. Now he decides he's not going to have any success. As Cam Howison, the Auckland City captain, receives attention. A chance for all those and sundry to get a bit of a drinks break. As Howison makes his way to the sideline. Looks like he will be okay to continue. Ivan Visilic there was just dishing out some instructions to Andrew Blake and handing out a few of the water bottles. As Auckland City look to close this one out. Caltech. So Awad. Back to Caltech. Al-Khaeesi. Nice little turn by the playmaker. Brings in Mohamed Awad, scorer of Auckland City's third. Foul. Free kick given Hawke's Bay United's way, and Kane Vincent, who is trying to make a mark there as he threw off there Bill Robertson, the Hawke's Bay United centre back and co-coach, and then stayed his ground, announcing himself back on the National League stage. Kane Vincent. Vale tries to keep the ball in play, unable to do so, gives up the throw in, and then may give away a yellow card. He does, as he looked to slow up the substitute Gavin Hoy from taking the throw in quickly. And he goes into the referee's notebook, does Jordan Vale. Akers. His dribble comes to nothing. I think he's trying to bring in Del Hamel, but they weren't on the same page. And now Awad, who's been ever present for Auckland City this time. All he could do was keep the ball in play, but they're happy to play it down this end of the park. Auckland City sitting very pretty. The defending champions, as they are on the verge of moving 3 points clear at the top of the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership ladder with 4 rounds remaining. Kane Vincent just throws off Bill Robertson. Strong, and then we have a fourth, Al-Khaeesi for Auckland City this time. Set up by Kane Vincent, who rode the challenge of Bill Robertson, got rid of the big centre-back, and then set up Al-Khaeesi, who was late arriving into the box. Oh, rather lucky, as it. Yeah, I think he was trying to find Rogerson, actually. Vincent came off a Hawke's Bay United player, and then we saw the replay there. Al-Khaeesi jogging on the spot to add Auckland's fourth. There you see there, Vincent so strong to get rid of Robertson, and then he was looking for Rogerson. It was blocked by Atkins, but only as far as Al-Khaeesi. So 4-0 it is now. What a statement this is by the defending champions. And I must say, it's pretty well deserved. They have been quite dominant. Created a number of chances. Hawke's Bay United have only had rare moments to threaten Cam Brown in the Auckland City goal. Key moment being the penalty miss in the 34th minute, or should I say penalty save by Cam Brown, as he denied Hugo Delhomel, the French midfielder for Hawke's Bay United, from the spot. And second half has been really one-way traffic after they led 1-0 at the half. Auckland City going on with the job in the second, and now just looking to close this one out and to take 3 points home from Hawke's Bay. Of course, they have a top of the table meeting with Team Wellington at Kiwi Tia Street to look forward to next week. But they're not done. They want a fifth here. Cam Howson springs forward. Rogerson, who goes to ground on the challenge of Atkins. Referee Berg says no, play on. And Hawke's Bay United do just that. Pickering, Othman, on this near side. Auckland City pick up the loose ball though, all the way back to Brown. Brown looking up to that far side where Awad holds the ball up and is then fouled by Hoyle. As some of the heads starting to drop now for Hawke's Bay United. They know there's no way back into this contest now with just referees' time remaining. Just the last few seconds of the 90 here now at Blue Water. Nice turn from Logan Rogerson around Caden Atkins. And now he springs forward. 5 minutes of stoppage time as Auckland City are back inside the Hawke's Bay United area. Good tackle though by Bill Robertson, had to be made. It was 3-on-3 there for Auckland City. They can't score this time, so 5 additional minutes. Obviously we had the big stoppage with Cam Howson receiving some attention about 5 minutes ago. Oh, not happy. The Hawke's Bay United bench thought there was a handball as we catch a replay, and it's a clear handball, isn't it, from the replay. Andrew Blake, nothing given though. The referee Berg and assistants Sheehan and Cook missed that one. And you can see that was right in front of the Hawke's Bay United dugout as well. So Chris Greatholder, apoplectic. That was not given their way. Blake, who's made a few marauding runs infield. This time, maybe a bit of justice as he loses the ball over the sideline for a Hawke's Bay United throw-in. As they have a moment to string a few passes together inside the Auckland half, which has been too rare an occurrence for the host this afternoon. Instead, it's been Auckland City who have really dominated possession. And where that possession has been played, it's been majority inside the Hawke's Bay United half and deep inside the Hawke's Bay United half as well, especially with Hawke's Bay United going in search of what was initially an equaliser early in the second half, and it's quickly become just a lifeline. So almost 2 minutes through the 5 additional minutes stoppage time to complete this Week 10 game in the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership. Hawke's Bay United now looking for a consolation. Certainly not just big 3 points for Auckland City, but helping their goal difference as well. They were +6 going into the game, and that's why they were second on the ladder. They were behind Team Wellington on goal differential, but going to take a big lead over their minor premiership rivals now with Auckland City. This 4-goal improvement as it currently stands. And a bit of a further dent for the goal difference for Hawke's Bay United, which was -5 entering the afternoon. But Hawke's Bay United is still very much in semi-final contention, despite the prospect that this defeat could drop them to bottom of the table, depending on the outcome of the final game of the round between Eastern Suburbs and the Wellington Phoenix Reserves. If the Phoenix Reserves can win that one, Hawke's Bay United will slip to the bottom of the ladder, but still would only be a couple of points outside the top 4, quite remarkably, in what is a very competitive and congested ISPS Handa Men's Premiership ladder. Even if Auckland City have now given themselves a bit of daylight at the top of the table, and Team Wellington have a bit of comfort in second as well, there is very little separating the remaining 6 sides in this competition right now. And Waitakere United showed yesterday that really any side is capable of beating the other on their day, as important challenge comes in from Robertson, but Auckland City still an opportunity here. Illich tries to find a teammate, but Robertson denies him. And Robertson showing all his experience to get back with the first intervention, and then just denying Illich the second time around. So perhaps the final corner of the afternoon to close proceedings here in Hawke's Bay. Auckland City taking their time over the set piece. Certainly aren't going to rush this one. Auckland City happy just to play in that corner of the field. Blake to Al-Khaeesi. Back to Blake on that far side. Manages to keep possession on the deck, and then Pickering, I think, goes to deck as well, and eventually wins the free kick for Hawke's Bay United. It's a real scrappy little moment to close out proceedings here. There can be just mere seconds remaining now, as Rogerson wants one final chance for Auckland City, and this one just flashes wide. Well, Rogerson wanted in on the goal-scoring action. Rather surprisingly, there's been 4 goals scored by Auckland City, and he hasn't scored one of them. They've been spread around, but not for him. But 4 goals for Auckland City, and they make a statement here at Blue Water Stadium in Napier. 4-0 victors over the resurgent Hawke's Bay United. And Jose Figueira's Auckland City go 3 points clear at the top of the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership with 4 rounds to play. And they face their big rivals, Team Wellington, at Kiwitea Street next week. For Hawke's Bay United, it is their 6th defeat of the season, but their first in 5. And potentially they could slip to bottom of the ladder, but as I mentioned just moments ago, still very much in the semi-final hunt despite this defeat. This is the first. Rogerson teeing up Vollenhoven. That was in the 31st minute. Brilliantly put away by the young winger, and then celebrated in style with Al-Khaeesi. And then an opportunity for Hawke's Bay United to hit back just moments later. A clear penalty. Caltech yellow carded for that offence, pulling the shorts of Mandir. But Del Hamel was not able to make Auckland City pay. Brilliant save, low to his left by Cam Brown. Made it 1-0 at the half. Then early in the second 45, this towering header from Caltech over Robertson and also Atkins. And then the third, not too long after that, lifted over Morris, and then Auckland City weren't done. As flash just wide of the post was Rogerson. He'll be surprised he hasn't got in on the goal-scoring action. And then a bit of misfortune here for Hawke's Bay United as the loose ball fell off Atkins to Al-Khaeesi, who was the man in the right spot at the right time to score Auckland's fourth. So goals to Vollenhoven, to Brian Caltech, to Muhammad Awad and Al-Khaeesi for Auckland City, as they have run out 4-0 victors here at Blue Water Stadium to go 3 points clear at the top of the ISPS Handa Men's Premiership with 4 rounds to play. A big thank you to Chris Newbold and his team. I'm Brenton Vannisselroy, wishing everyone a good afternoon.